Hello, 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 and welcome to episode 17 of the Cooler Guild. I'm your host, Coop, and joined with me, as always, is my co-host, Van.
Hello.
We are recording on Tuesday, September 24th, 2024. On today's episode, we'll unfortunately be discussing Reigns' loss in Houston and if there is even any hope for the rest of the season.
Spoiler alert, I think there is.
I'm not sure.
How was your week?
It was good. Did some more mushrooming. Actually found a decent amount of chanterelles. We
Ooh,
got like an actual we have never found like a patch before. We found a patch.
nice.
So,
Do you have like a satchel that you put them in?
we have like a basket. We have like a because they recommend you have something that has like some holes or like nothing that's like too contained because you want to keep spreading the spores when you're walking around with it.
Mm.
So it's like a woven basket that we got at the co-op that we bring with us. I think we get a smaller one because we have like a huge one for porcinis, which porcinis get huge. But when we bring chanterelles or go out for chanterelles, it like looks like our basket's like basically empty, even though we got a bunch.
Yeah,
But yeah, Alex made a really good risotto with them after we got
nice.
back. It was so good. Love
Sounds
I love
delish.
I love mushroom season. How was your weekend?
Good.
Yeah.
Uh, Took a half day on Friday, and Megan and I went to the Puyallup Fair, or the Washington State Fair, they call it now.
Could do it at a trot. You could do it at a gallop. You can do it. How does it go?
Oh, I don't remember,
All right, well, I'll look it up later.
but yeah, it's fun. Got to see all the little animals and
Yeah.
sat in a massage chair.
Mm-hmm.
It was like apparently some sort of like chiropractic massage chair. I don't know.
Oh,
It
weird.
was like a mattress firm thing.
Yeah.
So like, and ours started at the same time. So we're just like sitting next to each other, and it's like inverting us, and
Oh,
it's
fun.
like it's really weird.
I was always into my friend Evan, growing up. Him and I would go to the skip a day of school and go to the fair. And we would always go to the vans, the like cool vans, like sit in them. You know what I'm talking about? The van?
Like the RVs.
Not even the RVs. They were like borderline creepy vans, but like they had like TVs in the back of them and like chairs that you could like kind of like lounge in a little bit.
I don't remember this.
Mm,
I was
well,
probably kept away from those as a child.
I mean, we were in high school.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we
No,
would
I
always
don't
go.
remember that from going in high school.
Yeah.
But we ended up yeah, so we walked around, went and saw all the animals, went through like the booths and stuff, and then had a crusty pup and
Mm,
all that
haven't heard
jazz. And
that.
then we were like, oh, let's get ride tickets. And then by the time like we got ride tickets and got in line for rides, there was this like the lines were so long. So
Yeah,
we
it's a
wait
Friday.
yeah, we waited. We went on the Ferris wheel, and that was the only ride ended up going on. So then we had all these tickets left. So
Yeah,
we just started playing games.
nice.
I won whack-a-mole, so I won this pickle, and it says
Oh,
Mr. Pickle on it, and it's like a
nice.
pickle dude.
Love pickles.
It was great, and I was like, what are we gonna do with this?" So when we got back to her house, gave it to her dog.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
Dog
like
was really into Mr. Pickle.
that's good. I thought you were gonna like share custody of Mr. Pickle and like you get like every other weekend, but I guess
No,
giving it to the dog is better.
no, Maisie wanted it. So yeah, it was a good weekend
Cool.
until the game.
Once again, ruining our weekend.
Nah,
At this point, it's not really ruining my weekend. I'm just like preparing myself for bad stuff to happen.
prepare myself. I mean, I always have hope. I'm still on my positivity train. I'm gonna ride it.
Good for
Maybe out of
you.
delusion, but it makes me feel
All
better.
right. Before we get into the match, we got some housekeeping. We want to remind people that the Cooler Guild is part of the Sounder Heart Podcast Network. You can listen to us on our public feed, or if you're a Sounder Heart subscriber, the private unified feed with the other podcasts on the network. If you'd like to become a subscriber, just visit our page at sounderheart.com/the Cooler Guild. New subscribers get 10% off the normal rate, and you'll help support everything that we're doing.
Hell yeah. So, little match recap.
Let's get into it.
On a very hot Saturday evening, Reign faced last place Dash down in Houston. After losing to Gotham in the previous match, it seemed like playing the last place team would be exactly what the Reign needed to begin another winning streak as they try and find a way into the playoffs. But the quality woes in front of goal continue to haunt this team. A Golazo off a volley from Yuki in the 50th minute was the lone goal in the match, giving Dash their fourth win of the entire season and leaving Reign with an even more difficult battle to the playoffs. So going into the playoffs.
This is the last thing we needed and wanted.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world, and statistically, it's still possible. But, points and not gaining points from games makes this a whole lot harder for us.
I just feel like this is so unacceptable because of who we were playing. But you hear about the temperatures. You know that Houston is, I don't know, sometimes these teams that are really bad find ways to get these wins out of like just needing to, I don't know, give themselves some dignity. You know what I mean?
And they had some players come back. So, they weren't the same squad that they've been the whole season.
Yeah.
They had a more full squad. But I mean, overall, the Rangers weren't good enough.
Yeah, they don't score a goal. How are you supposed to expect to like deserve a win?
Right. Yeah, that was disappointing. I mean, and Fishlock didn't travel for the rain, so that was a big loss in the midfield. Heidema traveled, but we weren't sure if she was going to play because she'd been dealing with an illness. She ended up playing. And then, weird lineup again.
Yeah. I mean, we had the early yellow with Glass, right? Because Glass was playing on a yellow for a while. So, and it seemed like there was a pretty good chance she was definitely testing those boundaries on that yellow. So when she subbed out, Lasco came in, and not only did Lasco come in, but she played right back, which was pretty unusual. And I don't think she was bad at it either.
No, her stats actually looked pretty good too. I was checking up on that.
So I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious to see if, I know we always talk about we want to see Latsko start. I'm never sure like what her fitness level is or anything like that, but maybe that's a position where she could start and play a decent chunk of time back there. Won't be as, I mean, they want her back there to kind of play a role similar to Huerta as far as getting in the attack and getting involved there. But it's certainly, I wouldn't say maybe as demanding as where her usual position is as far as like cardio and everything that comes with that position.
I don't know. I think it's just might be more.
You think?
Yeah, flying up on the outside, that takes a lot. You cover a lot of ground. And especially if they're trying to get her in the attack, like, yeah, that's heavy running.
I think it was Harvey was talking about though, like there's times where they want her to play like Huerta, but then there's going to be times where they also want her to just do what she does with defense. Obviously, this all depends on who our opponent is. I don't know. I guess you make a good point, but I'm also like, I think there's a way to play her where she could get more minutes and it wouldn't be as strenuous as it maybe otherwise might be.
I don't know if it's anything to do with her fitness.
I'm every
time she comes in, she's like a freaking Energizer bunny.
Yeah, so what's the deal with her not starting?
Beats me.
I feel like I don't have a clear answer on that still.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm always just like, I must be fitness. And I don't know. What's the deal?
I don't know. It baffles me. Because she does all like anytime she comes into a game, she has an impact, positive impact. Whether it's the energy or the physicality of it, the way she plays, scrambling up defenses. So I'd like to see her on the field more. So if this is a way for them to get her on the field more in a spot that they think she can be productive at, like, I'm here for it.
Yeah. I mean, Huerta didn't always start at that position that she grew into, so.
Very true.
Do you have any, like, positives you're going to get from this match? Long pause.
I thought Dickey had a better game.
Just, okay. I mean, there wasn't any obvious mistakes.
No. Made some really good shot stopping saves. Some really important ones. It could have been a lot worse. Had she not been in goal. There was that one giveaway by Leicester in the box.
Was Holmes the one that gave away the ball before the goal too on the side? She passed it up and it went straight to, I think it was Holmes.
It was like almost a square ball into the middle.
Yeah. That was bad.
So good for her. Especially after last week and, the hands issue. So that was good to see from her.
You're pretty critical on her, so I was eager to see how you felt after this game.
Yeah, I liked that Modesir got more time.
Yeah.
She came in earlier, so that says good things about her fitness and her game level fitness. So
hoping for a start soon.
Yeah, what about you?
I thought we got Heidema involved a lot, and we didn't even know if she was going to play.
Yeah.
So the fact that she was involved and she was getting chances, I like that. We can have another discussion about her finishing. But, the amount of opportunities that she was getting, I thought that was good because I would say the previous week when we didn't have somebody up there that was kind of getting in those spaces and stuff like that, there wasn't really any opportunities and chances that we maybe saw like this match.
Hmm.
It's just, there's the other side of that as she didn't finish any of them. But
Yeah, and we haven't seen a ton of those opportunities lately. I think she had 3 chances in this game that were pretty clear. Two headers and one on the ground. That's how she was scoring earlier in the season, was getting those crosses and finishing them. So it was good to see that production back. The quality issue is, still an issue.
we see her finish a lot of these kinds of things when she's playing for Canada. So I feel like it's not something we can sit here and say like she's completely missing the quality that it's talked about week after week after week with this team. It's just are we like, do we need to like break some sort of curse? Or is there like something we're like missing as far as like I don't know, do we need to like go right some wrong somewhere?
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know, but because like I said, I feel like Heidema has it in her to do better. And I'm just kind of waiting.
Maybe it is a curse.
I would look into it. Someone out there can help us out. Maybe do a tarot reading,
Mm.
get to the bottom of it there. I don't know.
Yeah, we got to figure this one out because it's she's so close to being so
Elite.
elite and
I mean, her yeah, because her stats look like crap because she's not getting any of these chances like finished. And
Mhm.
if she doesn't get it together, like we'll definitely have to like look at the situation. It's a bummer, but again, we say this every time we talk about her. She's young.
Yeah, she
So
is young.
hopefully that can help us out later.
And hopefully somebody can figure out what this curse is and how it can be lifted, because I would really like to get on that.
Yeah. I don't know what the chances are looking for like this season. So if we don't get into the playoffs, we don't figure it out, then maybe we could spend this off season really, I don't know, we'll hire exorcist if we need to. I don't know what's going on. A witch, if there's any witches you know of, email us. I know the witches probably have email, right? You
Oh
can,
yeah.
yeah, let us know. Any other positives? I just don't know.
I wrote in our show document, only let in one banger.
It was a really good goal.
It was a banger.
It was, she hit that as good as someone can hit that.
And it went just across the face of the goal, opposite way of Dickie was moving. I don't think she's getting there.
No,
There's too much going on.
no.
I'm not going to be critical of a goalkeeper in that situation.
Yeah, I think my gut reaction is always like, she didn't even move, but like you watch it again, you're just like, don't embarrass yourself, maybe.
Yeah. She would have been 2 seconds behind that ball. Like she'd been diving and it had already been in the back of the net.
And then you could have gotten a little bruise. I don't know. I guess just stay where you are, I guess.
Yeah, you could see it in her face after the goal. It was just like, ugh, yeah. I wasn't getting there.
No, no. I guess we should just roll right into the negatives. With that goal, I think the big clear issue we had in this match was like getting the ball out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
Not because that ball went straight to Yuki and just fucking hammered it in. And we tried to clear it, but it was not good. It wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I mean, McLaren headed the ball from out of the 6 out to outside the box, and that's where she hit it when she volleyed it. So not much more you can do with a header clearance there, but you can't be leaving players wide open in dangerous areas.
No, and there was I was rewatching the highlights and there was like several clearances. Maybe not like it wasn't even a header clearance. Like someone else tried to clear it and then like it's top of the box.
Or it gets caught up in Quinn's feet.
Yeah. Like we gotta hit the panic button sometimes and just fucking launch it. Sometimes you gotta do that.
Yeah, that's one thing this team I feel like has a little bit of a problem with, is in those moments where maybe we should just be like booting it,
Yeah.
There's sometimes when you need to do that, and I feel like this team doesn't always feel that urgency and wants to like showcase the quality of playing out of the back or like being more technical with it when you don't really need to. It just puts you in more danger.
Yeah. I totally think that's right because it does seem like they're kind of always on a mission. Like let's regroup, let's do a build up again, and then we'll go. But like just blast that shit, Blast
Yeah.
it. I don't care. Just get it out of here.
Yeah, we didn't score. Can't win games if you don't score goals. And it wasn't that there weren't opportunities. I think we had 11 shots on goal
Mm-hmm.
or 11 shots.
Yeah. 2, I think, were on goal or something like that.
Yeah, no shots on goal in the first half for either team. But there were a couple opportunities where, that ball sits a little lower or doesn't hop up on Jordan's foot, or, she gets a little bit over the top of the ball and heads it down. It could have been a lot different, but it just didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
One good thing about that is room for improvement.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this was a problem we had seen so much before the break. And it seemed like we gotten over it for a brief minute. It's back. The problem is back.
We had a good run.
We had a 3-game run, and now the problem's back. Let's go back to I mean, again, like things have changed since that 3-game winning streak. And I mean, a big piece of that was Huerta. It just like it's just like sad because we were hyping up Huerta, talking about how important she was to our team, and then we lose her, and now we're losing. So
Yeah, that was a shot to the gut.
we have to move on.
And then they played the little like Rain FC ad at halftime, and she's in there, and I just like felt like she was leaving me again. But yeah, talking about Haidama, and I just hope she can uncurse herself. Maybe she just needs like that one banger,
It just seems like the floodgates are gonna open at some point.
We've been waiting.
We've been waiting since she came here, I would say, because this has been like an ongoing theme with her. She gets so many chances and then they're just not finished. And it seems like she could be one of the best players in the league if she could just figure out or be like a little bit hungrier and meaner.
Yeah.
I think that's what it feels like is a little bit missing for me. Be rude.
Yeah. I've seen a little bit more of that like grit and tenacity this season compared to last season with her. But yeah, she's got to get a little bit more mean.
Yeah.
But maybe AMC will help her with that. AMC just loves to tear through people.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good point. I wouldn't mind that. I definitely when we brought her in, maybe that was the part of the goal is do you see her over there?
Teach the other tall girl how to be mean.
People are crying when they see her coming at them. We want you to instill that in opponents. Like you need other opponents to be crying when they see you running at them.
Exactly what you want.
Yeah. That's what I want.
It's definitely what I want.
Wrecked. I mean, if we're gonna go back into things we used to do that are happening again. We conceded the goal that we conceded. And again, don't think there's much to do, but the build up, the back line, really bad coming out of the half. That game, that goal came like 5 minutes after the restart. Ugh. I thought we were kind of getting over these things. We're not consistently.
Yeah, that was not a great start to the second half.
Mm-hmm.
It looked really shaky.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It looked bad. My notes were like, backline looks bad. Backline looks questionable. And then it's like disorganized. And then it was like goal.
Yeah. No. And so we're just falling into that second half slump.
Mm-hmm.
Again, which is not something we want to see.
No.
But, it's one game. Can't quite call it a slump yet. Call it a bump.
Okay. I mean, last week it was like, oh, we lost to Gotham. And then it's like, it's a slump, but it was to fucking Houston.
I'm going to make excuses all the way to the playoffs. Just watch.
I don't think they're getting there. I don't think they're getting there.
You want to make an on-air bet?
Sure, we can make an on-air bet.
All right. I will bet you a drink that the Reign make the playoffs this season because I think they will. And I will buy you a drink at TDO.
Yeah,
I
don't.
Do not.
Okay. I'm taking that bet because I'm not feeling good about the state making the playoffs at all.
I feel good.
You're about to lose.
I'm lying to myself, but I feel good.
Yeah, you're gonna have to owe your buddy Ron a drink, and then you're also gonna owe me a drink. So
I know.
Start rack. If anyone else wants to join in,
anybody else wants to bet me, I'm gonna be buying everybody drinks.
You're like gonna go into like severe debt.
Maybe not, or maybe I'll just be drinking for free for a while.
Doubtful. What else you got for negatives?
We gotta get points every game. We gotta get 3 points every game moving forward.
Yeah.
It's a must win. Every game is a must win.
It's a bad situation.
Isn't great, but
we do still have we should hold on to this. We do still have one of the easiest remaining schedules. And we went on a 3-game win streak. Can we go on a 4-game win streak?
Yes, we can.
You're saying that because you have drinks on the line, but
I also have hope and faith.
I've lost it at this point. But that's just me. I'm without faith and without hope.
How sad for you. I'm having fun.
I'm having fun. It's just not watching the rain.
Demure fun. We don't need to talk more about the game. If we see pattern going into next week after next week's game, sure, but I'm gonna call this a one-off.
Thank you for listening to the Sounder at Heart Podcast Network, which now includes No Sarietes, Lobbing Scorchers, and the Cooler Guild. We've been independent since August of 2023, but need your support to make sure it continues. Although this podcast is free, it's only made possible by your continued support. Memberships start as low as $25 a year, which not only helps make podcasts like this one happen, but also gets you access to everything we produce. If you're able to support us at higher levels, starting at $75 a year, you gain access to a host of other perks, most notably entry into our members-only Discord, where the smartest, funniest, and most engaged commenters share their thoughts and ideas. To find out more, just visit sounderatheart.com and click the subscribe button in the top right corner. Thanks for listening.
There was, I didn't take a lot from the post-game presser other than the same shit Laura Harvey has been talking about in the beginning when we were bad as far as missing quality with our chances, whatever. But at the halftime, they had like a little halftime interview with Lou Barnes, and it was kind of nice to finally have someone concede that this team is in a rebuild. So if we make the playoffs, great. If we don't, it does seem like we are looking towards the future, and we're still finding the pieces to put together. And I do like the pieces we've gotten. It's just a matter of how is this all going to look next year and with people aging. So,
yeah, I mean that's going to be a huge question for the offseason. But I don't think she was saying that as like an excuse to why. But it was like you were saying, it was. I mean, they've talked about it like in the essence of it being a rebuild, but nobody's been like, we're in a rebuild.
She did say like it's a quick rebuild, or it's been like a quick thing.
Yeah, we're trying to make it a quick rebuild.
Yeah.
Well, girl, it's not going to be quick. You just lost to Houston.
Yeah. And also like the amount of players that we lost in the offseason, like that's going to take some time to figure out how to get back to that.
It's going to take a while. And it's, making so many moves during the season with starting players and, important pieces makes it really, really difficult to get everybody on the same page and, make sure that rebuild is working to its full potential.
Sure. You don't want to just sign players because you need to sign players. You should be mindful and have, I don't know, a vision when you're bringing people in.
Yeah, I agree.
This is something we kind of did before when we weren't playing well. What would we like to see?
I want to see Jordan Bug back.
Yeah, Jordan Bug needs to come back. I want to see Adamas.
Yeah.
Give me an Adamas start immediately. They got the bronze at World Cup, so let's bring him in. Let's bring the winners in. We'll just wrap it up for this game because really we just kind of got to keep looking forward every single game. There's no point dwelling there. The pressure's on. We got to keep looking at week after week. Let's go.
Yeah, there's going to either be improvements or it's going to be in a stasis, and we won't know until next week.
Yep. So moving on to everyone's favorite segment, Cooler Player of the Match.
Woo!
Cooler Player of the Match is brought to you by the Doctor's Office, a great little 12-seat bar on Capitol Hill. The owner is a big fan of the rain and is proud to be our very first sponsor. Who do we got for Cooler Player of the Match?
Phoebe McLaren, our first 2-time Cooler Player of the Match winner.
Not only that, but she is on a streak.
Yeah, 2-game streak.
If the team hasn't been very good, but a bright spot, Phoebe, once again.
Yeah, I mean, I love this storyline for her.
Yeah.
She's really been able to step up. And she had a great game. I mean, some of the defensive mishaps, or I wouldn't say mishaps, I guess some of the defensive inadequacies are not on her. And when she needs to step up, she does. And that's not something you can say for every player in the back line.
No, and I think that maybe played a little bit of a part into why we're giving her a back-to-back honor of this. I feel like she could maybe be an unsung hero through this bad season, but she's definitely someone that we should be very happy that we have back there because things could be much, much worse without her.
I look forward to next season, seeing her and Ryan Brown.
We'll see how that recovery goes. I know ACLs are really all over the place for their recoveries, but we still have Bug, so
future looks bright. Thanks in part to our Cooler Player of the Match, Phoebe McLaren.
Welcome, two-time. I guess I don't have to say welcome. Here to stay.
Here to stay for the near future, I think. The doctor's office is the best place to grab a drink before or after a rain match. I really enjoyed their Love in the Time of COVID cocktail, TDO's first original cocktail and an enduring favorite. And to be honest, I love anything with Japanese whiskey, so this one is a hit for me. Check out their Instagram at TDO Seattle, or better yet, go drink there in person.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Clink.
Clink.
Moving on. Any brief notes you want to make about matches this weekend? I know Louisville got a very, very big win. I don't want to get too deep into everything, but that's really putting the pressure on us. Also, it hurts extra more because Bethany Balser got the game winner for them, and good for them. That's what they brought her in for. Am I confident that if we still had her, we would have seen the same results? Not really. But
it was a penalty.
Yeah.
So
we've talked about this before, and I'm like, well, it wasn't running the run of play. So take away her penalty, penalties in her stats, and we're looking at a little bit of a different situation. But I know it's a goal is a goal in the standings, and they are making things difficult for us now. So not ideal.
Yeah. Alyssa Thompson is still on an absolute tear. Angel City played Portland yesterday.
Was that yesterday?
Was it yesterday? Was it
Monday? It was Monday night, right? It was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, 9th minute banger. They ended up tying 2-2.
But the second goal, I'm gonna have to get a Portland Thorns goalkeeper jersey. I think support my new favorite player in the league.
Lord,
she's just
the second Angel City goal.
Lights out every time. Arnold out here. Do you want to walk through the goal?
Not really.
Okay.
You can go look it up. Claire Emsley scores it in the 75th minute. I guess I can. A cross comes in the 6th. Mackenzie Arnold goes up to grab it, and it just kind of hits off her hands and goes behind her.
She doesn't even try to grab it.
I don't know what was happening.
She was the game's touch the ball, right? I'm gonna touch the ball.
Yeah, it's just kind of pathetic.
They should be winning games, and they're not.
Yeah, Portland, honestly, it sucks for them.
Yeah, they're kind of in a spiral right now. I don't hate it. I like it. They're probably still going to sneak into the playoffs, but I don't know. Maybe not.
We'll have to see what their upcoming results are going to look like. I mean, there's going to be a lot of movement in the table, so
every weekend from here to the end is going to be just chaos.
Yeah, and Angel City has a short turnaround because they play the Monday night game and then they play the Friday night game.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah, they're home for both games, but
that's still like not ideal because it's been kind of warm out there too, I think. And I don't think they had a super easy schedule to finish the season out, so that could work in our favor.
Yeah, they play Washington Spirit next.
Although Trinity Rodman's having some injury stuff and some health stuff going on. I hope she's all right. I really do, because she's one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
But that'll be something to keep an eye on, because if Trinity's not there, that's gonna be a very, very, very big blow for Spirit.
Yeah, she's a huge, the biggest part of their offensive prowess.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
really. Utah lost again, so they're actually in the bottom now. Cellar Dweller. San Diego lost again. They're just absolutely tanking.
Yeah, I don't know what their plan is. It's very interesting to see it just kind of implode from how much success they had, and then they just decided to make some interesting choices, and now it's all going down the toilet. Fine by me.
It's fine by me for now. I feel for the players, but as a Reign fan, this is fine. Everything is fine.
Yeah, I don't really know much more there is to go into from the weekend. Not a lot of exciting stuff as far as other news going around. Pretty drama free this weekend, I would say. So let's look forward to the next Reign match.
Next Reign match is this Sunday, September 29th. It's a afternoon game, so it's that 3 p.m. game at Lumen against Bay FC. which will be a banger of a game.
Yeah,
They've got some players.
it's pretty. You never really know what you're gonna get from them because
Yeah.
that'll be interesting to see. Last time we played them, we lost, and we lost after giving up a goal in the 87th minute, which was just really devastating.
Mm-hmm.
But I went and looked at it and the other results around that result, and that loss was part of a 5-game losing streak that we had back then. So, not a good loss, but we were losing a lot back then. So,
Yeah. No, and it'll be a totally different team, facing up in this game. So
they're also coming off of a loss to Orlando, which is always demeaning, but they actually held their own pretty well until Barbara Banda just came at them in the 84th minute and got the game winner for them, and Orlando continues to be unbeaten.
yeah, I mean 1-0
no.
against Orlando is
Pretty solid.
kind of a win this season.
Yeah, pretty solid. Especially for a team that's in the standings where they are.
Mhm.
And I went and looked up. They're pretty generous with letting in goals.
Not as generous as us.
Not as generous as us, but pretty generous still. They've conceded 33 goals so far. Reign have allowed 35, and there's 6 teams in the league that have conceded 30 or more goals. So they're in that bottom part of conceding goals along with us. So, if we don't score, well, do we deserve any points?
Yep.
Yep. Guess we'll see.
I just did the I don't know emoji arms.
I wish we could read more into these matches, but we've been going through so many changes. We'll see. Will they have their shit together? Will we find that? I think the biggest question for me is have we quickly found a solution to losing Huerta?
We'll find out.
Find out soon on next week's rematch.
Will the Haidama Hex be broken?
Will Bay FC concede as many goals as the Reign after Sunday?
Ooh,
that could be something to watch.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, let's get Bay to 36 conceded. We've scored 3 goals before. We can do it again.
Yeah.
Let's dominate the shit out of them.
Let's do it. I'm excited.
No comment. Keep this episode nice and short. Moving on. Shout outs. Bottom teams below us. We'll keep doing this.
Shout out Utah Royals.
Pew, pew, pew. Who else is? Oh, Houston. Shout out Houston. You beat us, but you're still below us.
And shout out San Diego Wave.
Shout out Wave.
Shout out Landon Donovan for keeping them bad.
Thank you, LD. We've got some stuff in the works coming up for the Cooler Guild. Stay tuned. That's all I'm going to say about it. Working with our sponsor and something a little fun. Guess that's maybe something I will mention. Just a little hint. And then, I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to the off season if we don't make the playoffs. Even if we do make the playoffs, we got a lot of stuff that we're looking to refine on the show. So if you got input, please, as always, send us an email. We love an email.
We love an email.
thecoolerguild@gmail.com. Let us know what you thought of our show so far this season. We can maybe try a few things out before the season ends, because we're kind of winding down.
Any segment ideas.
Yeah.
Know if you want to hear some fun facts, a weird stat, whatever you want to hear.
We're winding down, and we want to try some stuff before the season's over.
Yeah. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram. Coop's been doing some stuff on the Instagram that's really cool. So our Instagram and Twitter handle is Cooler Guild Pod.
And
as always, you can find it. What?
That's the same handle as well for on X, previously known as Twitter. It's the same handle.
As always, you can find us on our home site at sounderatheart.com/the Cooler Guild. And we're up on YouTube now.
Yep. Got that going. Go to youtube.com/@the Cooler Guild. Hit the subscribe button. Follow us. What you do on YouTube. I don't know. The video stuff, I'm still getting comfortable with making little segments, but I'll get there. But for now, you can go listen to the episodes there and watch the one clip of us hyping up Huerta before she decided to leave us.
It really was so detrimental to my mental health.
She looks, I saw the pictures of her in training. I'm looking forward to watching the Champions League and kind of having someone to root for. At least we have that.
I'm still sad about it.
Yeah, it's not great.
I'm happy she's happy. And in the end, for player development and for wanting to like your club, it's something that you want as a Reign fan is for them to get the most out of their players. Yeah. And I can logically be happy for this.
This could also help with us recruiting players.
Hell yeah.
if people know that we're not trying to hold on to them to prevent them from doing something they actually want to go do, just, for a little stint or whatever, we'll welcome them back, let them leave if they want, come back, come back, where to come back.
Come back.
Yeah, so I think that's gonna help with us, but I think that's pretty much it for this episode. Oh, one more thing. We now have, if people want to, subscribe on Center Heart, we would always recommend that. But we now also have, if you don't want to do like a monthly subscription, we now have a tip option on our articles for all these posts. Because the little article goes out with our new episodes. So you can go hit a little tip instead of something. We'd love that.
We need funds to buy beers for our winning episodes.
And there's gonna be a lot of them coming.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of winning. We're gonna need a lot of let's go pale ales.
If they don't go to the beers, maybe they'll go to us upgrading our lighting so we can upload videos that are better.
Yeah.
But beers, lighting, we do have priority sometimes.
Well, here's to hoping next week will be a happy dub pod.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Till next time, I'm Coop.
I'm Van.
Bye.
Bye.
You can either listen to us on the public feed, or if you're a hounder, if you're a hounder
Hounder at start.